Now I am become Death, the destroyer of worlds.
The rhythm of the forge hammers draws our heroes closer to the northern district of the cavern. Of the 9 missing expedition members, only 3 have been found, and time is running short. Their next discovery looms over the center of the abandoned city, and with it comes the promise of rescuing Sonny Novello. But what else lurks in the darkened windows of this towering fortress? There's secrets galore, and I guarantee that they'll blow your fucking mind. Welcome to the SpellCast.
My guys brought me to a boss fight and told me, stand in the puddle, you'll be fine, you won't die to Terra Flare, we'll protect you with all these buffs, and I died to Terra Flare.
I'm sure they were laughing the whole time.
No, I did the math, apparently I was supposed to have 100% damage mitigation. I died!
Good haul, guys, good haul. So we rounded up to 20 unbreakable arrows.
Oh my god.
Bolts, technically.
Bolts, yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah, they're too small to be fired out of the bow.
Mm-hmm.
My sweat and blood are in those.
Literally.
Well, hopefully they will be in the enemy.
They might be flammable at this point.
Mm-hmm. Want to test it?
They're fire retardant, but with my blood on them, they might be,
1 pound of... And you guys also have time to recover the mules. The 2 mules with all the equipment and stuff.
Samuel, horse.
Wait, what happened to Pickles?
Pickles is with you.
He's
He guarded us.
Pickles is living his dream.
Living the dream. Pickles. He was the reason why you guys could have a very peaceful short rest.
Nice.
I mean, that's why I give you a guard dog, because you took the risk of the surprise, and so the gift is a dog. Pickles.
Hey, Pickles.
Pickles is the best.
He is amazing.
He is.
I wonder if we can like tie the bolts to his paws.
Would they be better than his claws on?
Fashion him a little armor with the...
Mount the crossbow on his back.
Oh my god.
No, just cover him in
like that
unbreakable
idea.
bolts. Just cover him in there. Look at porcupine.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
A porcupine.
Okay, moving on. Next.
Next meme.
Next meme.
So yes.
I expect fan art. I expect fan art now of Pickles covered
the
in
porcupine.
crossbow
We're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get a
Wait,
fan art of drill bits.
Wait, what breed? What breed is he?
He's a golden retriever.
Oh.
I thought it was a mastiff.
I thought he was a mastiff.
He was a mastiff. Did I say mastiff?
You said
Yeah,
mastiff.
English
As
mastiff.
big as a mastiff.
English
I
mastiff.
don't know.
English mastiff. Let's say English mastiff.
So he can't be a porcupoodle.
No.
He's big dog.
That yeah.
Use the crossbows to make him like a collar, like a spike collar.
Oh my god.
Can he be our mascot
Sure.
with the crossbow?
Sure. So yes, Pierre, you feel like there's enough equipment here that you could make something. But it might take a while,
Yep.
but you could make something.
I don't get that until level 6.
Yes. Or if you're looking for...
Yeah, I'm looking at this and it's like, oh, the binding.
Beast.
I need to read these. You guys be smart. I'm gonna look at animals.
Okay.
So we've got our
We've salvaged.
our supplies back and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Axe beak. Sorry.
Alright, so then you want to scout further ahead to that
Is
I wouldn't
big
mind that.
old
Good
bridge?
stuff.
is everyone with us?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Everyone's with you, and also where you are at in the center of the market, you can see
We're here.
on the other side of this aqueduct, this stone aqueduct that seems to be cutting the large market area in half, where you can see stone kiosks sort of set up for dwarves to like come and like display their goods to sell them. You can see across there the large structure that Sonny described as a fortress, and you can see that appears to be a bridge, but it's weird because there's the chains. So let me see that map. You can see the chain that he's talking about that appears to be a bridge. There is a hump of like what seems to be a housing of something that the chain is sticking into.
I see.
That
Like
raises,
securing,
securing it. And then you can see the ridge of the chain that's sticking up. And you realize these chains are fucking massive. From afar, even that distance, you can tell these chains are probably... So imagine a link. This is a link. The distance between here and here is about 100 feet.
Okay. All right. So that's actually good because that means that the metal is probably big enough that it's going to be somewhat maybe porous and weathered. It won't just be. Hopefully, it won't just be like smooth.
We'll have to be sure that we can find a place for like the mules and stuff because we're not gonna be able to get them up that, right?
You can see that there are 2 portals on either side of the center of this housing, and you can kind of see through them the chains.
So the chains might actually be bridges. Is that kind of what the?
That's what he said.
Got you. I thought.
I mean, I guess there's always plenty of rope.
Like they may have been designed not just as
ladders.
chains, but also as bridges. They not just like here's some chains, use them like a bridge. I will take some of our rations and give it to the injured dwarf and just be like, you're gonna need your strength.
He thanks you. He looks them over, make sure they are not weird food to him. Sniffs it and like nibbles it, and he realizes it's not bad, and so he just keeps eating.
Why would we give you bad food?
He's a dwerger. So the stipulation here is dwerger are dwarves that have grown up in the Underdark, and they are not generally friendly with other dwarves. They're very, very secluded. In fact, a lot of dwerger tend towards evil alignment.
Okay.
You don't know about this guy. He seems okay.
I'll kind of
He's
joke with
racist.
him like the poison food's on the other mule.
he gives a little giggle. He appreciates that, and then he like rips his ribs because laugh too hard.
Sorry.
Glares up at you a little bit, but it's okay. He shall be fine. Yeah. So you guys head towards the big fortress center.
Yeah.
Do you want the rest of the not your party that came in here with you to follow you, or where?
Wait, I'd rather than wait back in case of anything.
It might actually be a good idea for them to stay back.
put?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they do.
In fact, before we go anywhere, let's try and find like somewhere they can hunker down.
We could have them hunker down like that area that we came through in the beginning, like with the big giant stone door, like that maze kind of thing.
Close to the exit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the sally port, because it might be very hard for the constructs to notice the sally port. That's not
What
bad.
kind of
Not to
signal
mention
could they use if they're in danger?
We'll go ahead first. Sorry.
Hero talks about the Morris's code. Says she could do the same deal, flash the structure if there's any trouble. She might not be able to send a complicated message.
Okay, but you can't use my mirror. You have to use something else.
She says she'll figure out. She picks up a piece of the metal off the ground and like wipes it with her paw, the back of her paw, and like it's kind of shiny underneath.
Perfect.
So, yeah. Done.
Do
Wow.
Roland and Lilith want to stay behind to protect them? I mean, our whole mission is to get them out, right?
Yeah, but you get the impression that they are now more interested in coming with you since the existence of snake people has been expressed in this weird do lost dwarven city deal.
Okay, so we're gonna have the civilians, or were these part of the excavation crew?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna have them by where we entered.
Yes.
So basically, if anything goes wrong, what I think they should do is book it out the way we came in, and leave some kind of indicator for us that things went wrong.
Okay. So you want them to set up like a little base camp for you guys?
Yeah.
There. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
but if they get attacked, or if it looks like more of those magical armor suits are coming by or something, then they should just leave.
Got it. We'll do that. That is expertly relayed. Perfect. You guys head up towards the big, large structure.
We do.
It takes you a little bit, not like 5-10 minutes walking if you're walking carefully, and you reach
And it's us 5, right?
the 7 of you. with Lilith and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Petrol. Yes. And Pickles. I guess unless you want Pickles to stay with them.
No,
Keep
Pickles.
guard.
No, Pickles is coming.
Okay, Pickles is coming. And you reach the housing of the one end of the chain, and there are two portals. There's two symbols above the portals, and they're different. They resemble arrows. One's pointing upwards, one's pointing downwards. If you look through both of them, you can see all the way to the other side. It's a bridge bridging this gap between this fortress and the ledge that you are on. And the chain seems very taut. There are also chains of equal size coming from the ceiling of the cavern to the top edge of this lug nut shaped fortress. It's very tall, by the way. And they seem taut as well, or at least a little bit slack. Like they can come in and out of these huge chambers. Which side do you choose, left or right?
You said one had an arrow like going up and one down.
Mm-hmm.
I would just assume the one going up means like
Can I
Go in.
like these are the portals, right?
Yeah.
Can we just like throw like something in there real quick?
sure.
Throw like a torch like through the portal.
Nothing happened. Well, actually, throw a torch through a portal. It kind of rolls up, no matter which one you throw it in. It kind of rolls up and then kind of rolls back, and you hear clattering of the torch, sort of like clatter, like underneath something below your feet.
In the
Wait,
up one?
was that what?
Yeah. The torch sort of, you hear it rolling, that physical, cylindrical structure.
It rolled back under the
It
floor.
rolled
like,
back under the floor. Yeah.
Okay, so we threw a thing, and there's we hear that it landed.
Yeah, there's some kind of opening beneath, like probably where the chain goes down would be my guess. So I'll go and investigate just to.
Sure. It doesn't matter which portal you walk into, nothing happens. You can investigate the floor, and you can see with your dark vision that the housing of the chain connects first when you reach the bridge. You can see that there are plates, flat metal plates, bridging the gaps in the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And because if it was a normal link, you would have these holes in it where you would fall through. There seems to be a floor-like structure laid on one side.
Oh, but only on one side.
Only on one side, because there's no need for it to be on the other side. As you look down in the housing beneath your feet, you can see that there are many links of chain of equal size going further deeper into the mountain. And you can also see what looks like a system that ratchets it back
So
or
the chains
forward.
move.
The chains can't move.
Does the housing itself move? Or
No, the
chains-
housing seems anchored into the side of this chasm.
So does it look like something that could pull that centerpiece?
Yes, because you notice as you look down, there is what seems like a riverbed. Dried up, I should say. Dried up riverbed way down at the bottom. And the whole structure is only hanging from these chains. It's anchored floating in the center.
I'll kind of relay that, quietly, to the others, but like, it actually looks like we could bring that island to us.
Bitchin'.
I think it would probably be better if we went, given that this is a stealth operation now. But
And you can see that there are other chain housings along the chasm. You can right now currently see only two others, and you can see the makings of one because of where you're standing over here. But you can rightly assume that they all can pull the structure.
I wonder if those arrows are buttons.
I'd rather not move it because it might make a lot of noise.
Exactly.
You can also
Yeah,
see
but
a
not if we
door.
do it stealthily.
You can also see a door on your. If you went in the left side, it would be a door on your right. If you went on the right side, a door on your left.
Check them out.
Yeah, you can open it.
Okay.
Immediately, it's a small hallway, 5 foot wide, with stairs that lead going up.
Oh, probably to the upstairs chains.
Not to the upstairs chains. There's no way. There's no connect. The chains are like hundreds of feet above.
To an upstairs, like
To an
part of the
upstairs
housing.
level. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which may be where the controls are.
Both of them
Let's
go
go
up.
see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you two head up, and when you reach the top of the stairs, it's an open room, and you can see there's some scrolls sort of on a table to the left. It's a small-ish room, and in the center, just there, is this stone lever, and it's in the middle, and you can see it can either go forward or backwards.
No, well, there's your control.
You said there were scrolls?
Mm-hmm.
Are they like really old?
They're that same. They're very old, yes, and they look like, from what you can see, if you were just looking at them, it's the same ancient dwarven thing.
Do you think if we touch them, they disintegrate?
I'm worried. I don't know if they're quite as old as what was in the temple, but this place is pretty old.
This is very
Right, but dwarves build things to last.
salty.
Audience, if
very
you could
sad.
just see Pierre's face when he said it, made.
No, the viewers don't want to see my face. Period. Point of order.
Yeah.
Just because I'm doing this research. It said the feature says take the beast's game statistics. Does that include the abilities? Because some of them are like swallow a dude and it takes 3d6 acid damage at the start of the things, and like
Yeah.
ostensibly I could build a thing to do that, but like
Yes.
oh.
Yes, it takes all the statistics. It makes you a carbon mechanical copy of it.
Oh, fuck. Back to the lab again, boys.
Ront is just spending this whole time like drawing out schematics.
Yeah.
I can build a toad that can do acid damage by swallowing a thing!
Please do this.
I mean, I could also build a great eagle or a giant octopus.
Oh my god.
The giant scorpion is challenge rating 3, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But if I could, then I would be building something that can make something take 22 or 40-10 damage on a failed save. Poison damage. Just fucking... Ah!
Bitches and hoes, man.
Okay, so we'll come back down and shall we?
There's another. Well, what about the both doors light up? Because you said there was one on the left that had a right door and one on the right that had a door on the left.
Yeah,
So
it's a double door, double way in. Also, I should be able to note, you can see that intermittently placed immediately to the right of this housing, because when you get up to the control room, it's like a little balcony, right? You can look out, you can see there. You can also have direct line of sight to the other two balconies, or 4-ish balconies of the other chain housings you can see. Just direct line of sight.
Oh,
You can also see that there are a few other structures, 3 within your immediate, one on way far on your left, and 2 on your right, or 2 on your right, and they seem to be at the corners. They seem to be, you know how a lug nut, 6 sides and 6 corners? Well, the chain housings are on the sides. And then these other structures are positioned along the corners as best they can, except for where the ravine cuts through and you can't do it. And these are towers, and they have in front of them these arm-looking things. You can see at the top they're sort of shaped like a U, but it's a structure that looks like, think of a row of staples. It looks like a row of staples attached to chains that are attached to this tower. And at the bottom of this row of staples, like structure, like a duct, like a viaduct of sorts that's been raised up, is a hinge. These towers can lower these things. And you can see at the bottom of the structure of this fortress, there are insets in the fortress corners that look like they could be doorways of sorts, but they're shut now.
Oh, I see. So these are like little bridges that would lower down.
That would lower down,
So if you brought the thing close enough,
or they could actually reach straight. They look like they're telescopic. Like if you lowered down and you opened the door, it would slide into where the door opened. It would act as sort of a bridge, maybe.
interesting.
A bridge for people or whatever.
Sneeple.
I wonder why they set it up this way.
Were there any windows in the room that you guys were in with the lever?
You said
Just
that,
one giant balcony.
Just one
yeah,
giant
you could
balcony.
see like the other levers, presumably so that they could coordinate.
Oh, that's perhaps you need someone in all of them to maybe make the thing.
Right. Because if you're only moving one chain, the others are
Oh
one
yeah,
way.
they're not. Yeah. Well, then I guess we're gonna cross the chains, aren't
Doesn't look like there's much of an option.
Not one that we want to take.
So as you're crossing the chains, you see another flash from one of the windows in the face that you're at.
Ront, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
It means, hang on, I'm coming to unbar the doors.
Oh.
What's the order that we're going across the chain?
I'll go first.
I'll go
Ront is
second.
useless.
I'll go third.
Ront is just...
I'll go in the middle.
Right. I'll stick behind Sav'ah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's an annotated list. Like,
So yeah, you guys head across the chains, and it's not drafty. It's not drafty. You can see far across the chasm, in both directions. The chasm sort of cuts off abruptly in both directions. Now that you're sort of crossing it, and you're in a position where you can kind of see, well, at least down further in. The chasm just sort of cuts off. Like, it doesn't have a natural jagged edge to where it just ends. It just sort of Like there's a wall of stone there. Weird.
Interesting.
And also you can see that the riverbed sort of ends there too.
So like these were artificially created blockages.
No, it's part of the top cavern, or at least what you can assume to be part of the.
It's very strange
It's
stuff.
very strange. It's very strange. Like it wouldn't occur naturally like this.
Yeah.
So you're crossing and you get to the edge and you can see that the chains are anchored solidly into this big, huge fortress. And you can see these huge metal double doors with dwarves on them. Very much warriors, armed and armored, just sort of facing you. Looks like it's a door meant to keep enemies out. And you're there for like a minute, and then you hear these ratcheting and such, and then these doors slowly ratcheting open, both of them, to reveal Sonny Novella. He's kind of a short little dude, about like 5'5" ish, just kind of flaming hair, human, arms crossed, little fire mustache. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you guys. Finally got here. Like, Jesus, I've been
I
waiting
did not
for
expect this.
for like fucking ever.
Why didn't you
know?
expect this?
I did
Just
not
like-
expect that.
You guys nearly got your asses chewed up over there.
Did you miss the whole
remind us.
reference?
Have I ever seen someone like this before, like a human with flaming hair? And
No, this is.
I
this
am
is,
in awe.
Are you just jaw drop?
Yes.
Listen, honey, plane of fire. Lots of stuff. Don't worry about it. The fire Ganassi, it's okay. Just plain touch. That's all it is.
Shall we head inside?
Okay, she's freaking me out. Yeah, come on in. This
She
is stuff.
was the one that was talking to you earlier. If that.
Yeah, I kind of get it. It happens all the time. Don't worry
Does
about
it?
it. Yeah, I thought, it's it's whatever. People want to know. Listen, things.
No, I think
Does everyone with hair like yours talk like you?
No, it's the wait. No, no. It's the regional thing.
It's a Jersey thing.
It's a Jersey thing.
Savara's literally gonna follow him anywhere that he walks.
So immediately when you get inside, you can tell this place is built to be a fortress. What's interesting though is when you get inside and he starts leading you like around, you're walking kind of in a circle, in a curve. What's interesting is the inner wall is smooth, almost round as you're walking along. The outer walls have this sort of lug nut, like hexagonal feature on them. And there's not much decoration. Every once in a while, you can see this huge vault-like door with like a screw lock, on the inner wall, and it's curved and it's shut. Sonny just he's trying to walk you around. Takes you to the second floor where he set up a sort of just little area for him, and then he tells you, I set up. I could watch the whole city from up here, I just go up top to there's 4 floors to this place, by the way, and you can see that the floors are like really tall. There seems to be like a bunch of officers' quarters and things. Mostly, it looks like I don't know. There wasn't it wasn't a palace or nothing like that. Like no importance really supposed to like live here. It looks like there's supposed to be just like stations. It's actually kind of weirdly empty. This is a very defensible structure. I don't know why it's not really furnished or anything.
What was that word?
Furnished, with like beds and stuff.
Furnished.
Does Azazel say this? Yeah, furnished. Yeah.
Well, this is in the center of the city.
Yeah, center of a city.
How did you wind up here?
I ran away from you, man. Bunch of things chasing me, ghouls and stuff. Shit, I don't want to fuck with that.
Well, that's probably why it is the way it is. If there were an invasion, then this is where they would fall back to.
Yeah, thank the fucking sea of brass that that's the way it is, huh?
I mean, that still doesn't answer why it's not furnished. They had to run here and stay here for a while.
I did find some interesting stuff in like one of the more important looking rooms. If you wanna check that out, I think I've got it cracked. Sure. If you want to look at it, take a look at it. Just Pierre, you can get that he rambles.
Lead the way.
No, please continue to ramble.
Yes.
There will be at least like 4 minutes here where he's like, we could, go over there, take a look, and Hal's like, yes, absolutely, let's do that. Yeah, that'd be great.
As you're walking. So he takes you to this room.
Sonny, I was the one who talked to you in Morse code, by the way.
Morris's code.
Thank you, Ront. I just learned it.
Listen, babe, sorry. I got like 3 other girls back in like 4 other cities.
I'm just really
but you
excited.
3
to
other
be
girls in
here.
4 other cities? What?
One likes to move around a lot. It's
I just really like your hair, dude.
he
Like,
may be lying. Yes.
I just really like your hair.
Wait. Is she a carriage
Yeah, I
stewardess?
was born this way. You know?
She
You were
carriage
born
stewardess.
that way?
Yeah.
Yo, can I be born that way?
That's not how life works, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Hey, Lilith, do you want flaming hair?
Lilith takes a long sigh.
Ron
It has-
is laughing out loud.
It has the face of someone who is both amused and amused that you are not knowledgeable of such things, and is both tired of the amazement of people who are not knowledgeable of such things.
So, like a big sister.
Yes, like a big sister.
As far as we, the only children, know.
So yes, he takes you up to this room. You pass through armories and
Junk.
stations and just junk and storage rooms and such. And while you're there, I should note that there is a lot of mining equipment and, like, oddly enough, a lot of hammering, anvil, smithing equipment and things. And there are these large chain links, not as large as the chains that are connecting the. Obviously, they wouldn't fit in this place. And these large chain links, and no matter where you are going, there seems to be only that one vault door to get deeper into this fortress, which is like really fucking thick, right? It's supposed to be wide.
It's a dwarf fortress.
Yeah, dwarf fortress.
It's a.
And he carried.
Just out of curiosity, are there any, like, you said there's like blacksmithing stuff. Are there any like ropes, straps, anything?
Oh yeah, they're there. Okay, there are ropes and straps and things.
So we can.
Am I essentially familiar with everything then?
Essentially, it seems oddly specialized. It's not blacksmithing stuff for weapons or tools so much as it is for, like, these chains and, like, weird bardings and strappings and, like, stonemasonry stuff.
So I could relate to them that they weren't making weapons with this.
Sonny's like, well, I don't know if they were making more than one weapon, but I think they were making something. Just sort of like, follow me. And he takes you to this room, and on this room is this table, and laid out these diagrams. There's a lot of, like, numbers and things on it. And you can see this map, and you can see on this map, it's a map of a continent. You are not familiar with this continent.
Is this fuck off continent?
It's
Wait. Can I roll to be familiar with this continent?
sure, roll to be familiar with the continent. Why not make a history check?
19.
You are not familiar with this continent, but judging how old the place is, you are familiar with this theory that some weird, way out there sages and scholars have deduced that the land could move.
Land move? How ridiculous.
How ridiculous, yes. That maybe, over time, the land itself changes its shape, and some lands break apart from one another, and some lands collide into each other, and, like, move around over the surface of the planet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Send
Saying
rocks
that
flying.
Is it supposed to be like the Pangea?
So we're saying that the continents bang.
Yeah.
They'll bang, okay.
And make baby mountains.
Baby mountains.
And someone way out in the fringes of this did some weird puzzle piecing.
He, Barbie, and Ken some continents together.
Yes. Barbie and Ken some continents together and drew up this picture of what he thought the world looked like way long ago, and that's this continent, this drawing here.
Like, I recognize this as the historical drawing, or I recognize it as resembling that historical drawing that
You resemble it. Here you go. It was on the front cover of one issue of the Eye of the Beholder tabloid that was trying to shill it as actual news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they just wanted a really catchy story about this crazy scientist or, like, sage
That makes sense.
scholar. Yeah. So there you go.
Wrong
You
with the
recognize it
sources.
exactly from that.
Okay.
Recognizes it exactly from that.
Well, that's something I never expected to see ever again. that is only really a theoretical place. That could be... Can I recognize, like, the shapes of coastlines as parts of other shapes of coastlines?
Yeah.
Like, that's a theoretical proto-continent before they broke up many times, many years ago.
So, but this is not as old as that continent. This is just like this map.
We don't know. We don't know how old this place is.
Okay.
Like, this could be like a lost era. I don't know. I can't age. Wait,
Does that mean this?
can dwarves tell the age of stone? Like stonework? Wait, did we
No,
take Augur?
No,
He's not with us.
Why didn't we ask him?
You could
broken ribs.
maybe
What do you
wait.
want him to
You might
do?
be able to signal him
Yeah.
from the window. He
Or would
does
Ro-
apparently
would
know
Roland
Morse code.
anything, since he's like with a weird space organization or whatever.
Right.
Roland, what do you know about this fucking place that you aren't telling us? You fuck.
All right.
He points at this place that's marked on this table, which has a map, which is carved out of stone, by the way. And there's like a mountain, a very specific looking mountain that seems to be marked. And he points out these dotted lines that are carved into the stone from this one mountain to various points around this map. And along the lines, there are what look like symbols, very similar to dwarven numbers. In fact, they're almost one-for-one dwarven numerical values. So, he points out these are numbers. What do they mean? Are they distances?
Or are they times?
Are they times?
Can I gather anything from the format of the numbers?
Well, yeah. The longer lines have bigger numbers, the shorter lines have smaller numbers.
Probably not uniform dates or times.
Latitude, longitude.
Well, no, those would also be sort of uniform format. Like if some numbers are actually larger than others, I would presume though, since we can read what the numbers would be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there any way to like?
They're in the hundreds and the thousands.
Is there any way like thumbnail and like with some guesstimating of what an actual scale for this map would be? Assume that they're distances and figure out a point from which all of those distances make sense.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Do I do that?
Yes, you do.
What do I do?
You're able to like just pick up take one of the lines and just guess. All right, if one of the lines has exactly 10 little spaces.
Yeah.
And that equates to brilliantly a even number.
Okay.
And so you're able to figure out a scale from that.
Okay.
And you're able to correctly guess that these are distances from that.
From the dot.
The dot,
the
yes.
mountain.
From the mountain dot, yes.
Okay.
Because that's where all these lines are coming from.
Right. So yeah, distances to this.
Sonny's like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. And then he fishes out this scroll and he lays it out. These over here, these distances, and he shows you all of a bunch of math on this big sheet of long scroll. They've been plugging these into formulas, and these formulas have come out to, I don't know what these words mean, but I can tell that this is a weight for something. I don't know what. But something else is odd here. And he walks over and he opens the door, and behind the door is a kind of an alchemy lab.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And he brings out this flask. Okay, I'm holding it away from my head, okay? And there's a powder in the flask.
Okay.
Should I indict the powder?
No, not yet. He pours out a little bit in a loose pile on the stone map table. He's like, okay,
on the table.
Yeah, okay, let's light it up.
I make a grand gesture and be as flourishy as I possibly can to show off my theatrics, and then I.
There's like a from the powder that seems to be ignitable.
Okay. So gunpowder.
Black powder. This is what I use to blow up stuff. Now tell me why the whole room back there is full of it.
Is that door still open?
Yeah.
I'm gonna close that door.
Yeah. Good idea. In fact,
Are they
go.
mining into the mountain more so than they would be originally?
Oh, I
am not a smart woman. I'm not going to lie to you guys here.
I don't think this is a mining operation. Let's go back down to that big vault door. Let me show you something interesting.
This is seeming like
So-
more of a big detonation device.
Well, so you've been in the storeroom with the powder. How much would you actually say? Like, what kind of damage are we talking about here?
Oh, it isn't prepackaged. It's all loose and it's all
Right.
barrels.
But
Yeah.
if you did
Yeah.
use all of it,
Oh, that's not the powder I'm worried about.
noted. Okay.
He takes you down to the vault. He unscrews, and it takes a long time to
Is it
unscrew
because he's
this
short?
door.
Is it because he's short?
It's because he's short, but also because it's super secure. Like this is the deepest bars for any vaulted door you've ever seen. Like fuck, and pulls it open, and you can see a gigantic empty space about the size of this whole center of this lug nut drawing here.
Oh no! Fuck this! No, I'm out.
It's
No.
500.
Giant cannon.
It's a 500-foot wide circular space,
How-
and it's open at the top.
But
And as you look in, you're looking at the curved surface of this cracked, stoned, chained together surface. There's chains draping across. There's big, huge boulders like in there. Some of it's chunks of a building in there. And he says, "Why don't you take a big old whiff of the air there?" You can all smell the same scent of the sulfurous black powder, and it is all up in this room.
Hey folks, it's Adam here. I hope you're enjoying the episode. Just going to cut right in and get to some announcements and some things I want to tell you about, and then we're going to get to the results for our last little poll we had. So first of all, I want to tell you about some RPG character journals that a fan of our show associated with Crit for Brains, that's Crit for Brains, on Kickstarter. They just started a new little project. It's called RPG Character Journal. You can find them right now. They have met their goal, and so I guess they should be starting now. But what these are little pocket-sized notebooks. They say it's time for you to upgrade your character sheet. Your RPG character should be more than a few pieces of printer paper shoved in a folder or crumpled in the bottom of your backpack. The mighty deeds of your favorite character deserve to be chronicled and kept. This character notebook contains everything you need for game night, and it looks pretty awesome too, and they have some nice little pictures. These are little pocket-sized notebooks. Document your character's adventures in this pocket-sized journal, which contains a character sheet, spellbook, NPC sheet, and inventory list, as well as pages for sketches, maps, and campaign notes. The book is laid out so the important information, hit points, armor class, attacks, is right in the front. Easy to find. We're gamers, and we know your character is more than just hit points and strength modifiers. That's why every book has pages for your doodles, your campaign notes, your maps, your loot, and everything else you need to track when you're playing your favorite RPG. So I think you should go check it out. Again, that's on Kickstarter, RPG Character Journal by Crit for Brains, and we want to thank Kevin Coffey, who I believe is associated with Crit for Brains, and is one of the people heading up this Kickstarter for informing us about that. These look really cool. I love neat, easy to carry, portable, in my hand things for my games. I do. I love that better than the digital stuff. I just think there's something more easily editable about such things. Another quick announcement we have is, yes, we are going to be at Anime Next coming up in Atlantic City from June 8th to the 10th. I believe we're checking in on the 7th, right before the whole convention starts. And we're going to be there, and it's going to be fun. And we're excited. I believe Pierre's going to be there. Gerald's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Kelsey's going to be there. I think that's it. I think that's all of us that are going to be at the convention. And check it out on the other news of conventions. We're also going to be at PAX Unplugged coming up in Philly. That's right, we're going to be there. We're probably going to run some games. You could probably find us with our banner maybe, or whatever. We'll be passing out cards and such, and just generally would love to meet and talk with you all who have listened to the show and who are fans of the show. So be on the lookout for us at both Anime Next coming up this June and PAX Unplugged coming up in November. I believe at the end of November, early December. Yes, something about the 30th through the 2nd or something like that. Make sure and get your tickets now. They're out now. Go buy your tickets. Go do it. Go do it. Also, while you're online getting your tickets, go by and check out our show's Patreon. There you can find rewards for all levels that you feel like you can donate. And if you feel like you just can't afford to donate any, that's fine. Best thing that is always appreciated and always free is word of mouth. Tweet about us, tweet about the show on Twitter. Like our stuff on Instagram, go find us on Facebook, give us a review on iTunes. Any of that is always free and always appreciated, and we love you for it. Because we do this for you. We love sharing our stories with you, and we love being there in your daily commute or in your time when you just need to relax and just listen and have a good laugh. We do this for you. And now on to our Q Corner poll. The question we asked for our last Q Corner poll was, which pole of the Outer Planes is your favorite? And we had 317 replies, and it was pretty close, I guess, as far as the gap goes. Out in the lead, not by much, was Limbo, which represents the chaotic pole, with 99 votes. Trailing not too far behind was Elysium, the good pole, with 91 votes. And a little bit behind that was Hades, the evil pole, with 68 votes. And then in last, but not too far last, well, I guess, yeah, considering, Mechanus, the lawful pole, with 59 votes. I want to thank everyone who's been participating in our polls over the past few episodes. We really enjoy them. We hope you do too. And now for this episode's poll, we are going to be asking you guys about your character creation process. Yeah. We want to know, because I am an actor and a writer, and I have directed a few things, and of course I'm producing this, so I have my own takes on character creation and the processes that people go through when doing that. But I want to know, when creating a character, from where do you mostly draw inspiration? Do you get it from books and comics, movies and TV, video, board, or other tabletop role-playing games? Or do you get it from real people in real life? If you want to answer this poll, you can find it on Twitter. We'll also be putting it up on the Facebook page for the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons unofficial Facebook page, fan page that they have up there. You can find that poll and respond to it. And it's easy. Just click a little button. Share the poll with your friends. Find out where people are getting their inspiration from nowadays. Let's figure that out. A little social experiment, as it were. Again, we want to continue to thank you all for listening to our show, for sharing our show. And also, I want to say thank you so much for the huge, wonderful, very receptive response we had to the switch to the new art and the new cover art and to all the character drawings. We really appreciate the response we got. It was very positive, very well received. The whole cast put a lot of work into that. We had them each contact Rob, the artist, and give their individual descriptions on what they wanted their characters to look like and how they wanted their characters to be viewed by you, the listeners and the audience, and anyone this show is exposed to. And I was a huge proponent of them being in charge of the creative process of their own characters, and I'm very happy. And I am extremely appreciative of the time they put in, and the money as well that they helped put in to get that commission done. And Rob, we thank you. Man, it looks fantastic. We've gotten so many compliments on it. If you have not yet checked out the links in the description of the episode, please do that. Please go check out Rob's work. Tell him how awesome he is. Commission art for your group or for your D&D character, for whatever you need. Check on his commissions, see if he's open for commissions, and if he is, message him about it. He does hell of a good job, and I believe he has a talent, and you should go check it out. He's just the utmost pleasant person to work with in terms of this. Very, very understanding, very communicative, has a vision. Now, I just want to, again, leave off with thank you guys for receiving the show. and the art, as well as you have. We are nearing our 10,000 download and listen mark as I speak. We had a huge jump. The art did a lot of good advertising for us, and we could use some help as well. If you have friends that you know are looking for a new show to listen to, just tell them about us. That's all we're asking. We would be ever in your debt if you help spread the word. And we love you as fans and listeners, and we will do our best to keep trying to improve and give you the best content that we can, because it is your hobby and it is my hobby and it is our story, and we thank you so much for being a part of it and listening to us sit around, be friends, and have fun. I'm going to leave you now with a couple of advertisements for a couple of new shows that have reached out to us to plug them, and as always, we don't mind sharing the word and getting the love out. So we're going to leave you with these two little promotional clips, and we're going to let you go. So enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Richard, the host and GM of the D20 Future Show. We play the tabletop role-playing game D20 Future and put it out as a show, and sometimes we're idiots.
It's called role-playing! It's called role-playing! I haven't planned any of this now. This is all just me making it up as we go. Whether or not you ring the police is going to make a huge difference, I just realised.
You can find the D20 Future Show on all good and evil podcasting providers, and we've just started our superhero adventure, so there couldn't be a better time to start listening to the D20 Future Show.
As you stop, see one of them go, and they all start.
Oh no. Damn, Shannon's about to Alfred Hitchcock us.
You hear the sound of flapping wings as dozens, you can see just through the bushes and through the trees, more ravens are approaching. And you also hear a low growl of something much sinister and something else. Another sound too. You can all hear it, and it's angry, dangerous sounding. I need you all to roll initiative.
This is just a taste of what D&D for D, a new Dungeons & Dragons podcast, has to offer. Get ready for a wild ride full of action, tender moments, and dick jokes? Want more? Check it out on iTunes or Google Play. That's D&D for D.
This huge chamber.
So, are cannons even like a thing in... Okay, so like there's no frame of reference.
There's no frame of reference.
Hand cannons, pistols.
Arquebusiers, as you will, blunderbusses.
Yeah.
No. I would say they're not even like... Well, if he's working with black powder, there are some people who are trying to like come up with sorts of things.
Right, like it's dangerous because we need to figure out how to build a box that's strong enough to hold an explosion without killing the guy holding the explosion.
Yeah.
Right, like that's
exactly.
Right.
Right now, they're happy to just have a box that explodes, which is what he's good at.
Right. Okay.
So this is a bomb.
A very big one.
It'd be very counterproductive to build all of this just to build a big bomb.
See, I don't think it's a bomb, because if it's the bomb, this whole place ain't going nowhere, because these walls...
But it's shooting up.
This
right?
whole... Yeah, because that's where the direction has to go, because all of this whole thing, the chains you walked in on, the chains holding it, all adamantine. I don't know where they got that much adamantine.
So, is it like a giant trebuchet with black powder?
Yeah, I think that's what we're going for.
But
so the chains are to reload.
We need to get a feel of where we are right now.
We're in the Death Star.
We're
in the D&D Death Star.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, because like there's a crack in the ceiling, right?
I mean...
Yeah, no, it's open at the top.
Mountain.
No. So
it's a volcano.
Well, right. We are in Fuck Off Mountain. We're in a big lug nut in the middle of an ancient dwarven something. Mm-hmm. Inside, deep in the underdeep of Fuck Off Mountain. Mm-hmm. We're in a giant hole in the middle of the big Fuck Off thing inside the great underdeep of Mrulu. It's open above us.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the ceiling of the cavern.
Right, the ceiling of the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
Pierre speaking, if this is a cannon, it better fucking shoot through a mountain. That doesn't seem likely. What the fuck is this?
But there are also chains on the ceiling and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that top of the mountain can't be like... Dude, I saw a flying ship. Anything's possible at this point. A mountain appeared out of nowhere.
Look, all I know is that, let's say, underneath this big thing, this shot, which I don't know if they even made more than one of. If underneath this is all just a big old bed of black powder underneath here, meant to shoot this motherfucker up into the sky, whether or not they move that ceiling and that, it ain't good. It ain't fucking good, I'll tell you what.
But they can't move the ceiling, but they can move the thing itself.
Wait. So you're suggesting that they would shoot this thing we're in?
Yeah.
Secured by adamantine chains?
Yeah.
Through a mountain?
Nah, I think they move it, but I can't tell. I mean, I do see... So he tells you that during the day, he has been able to see, similarly, a star with 6 like lines coming out of it, if you will, like filtering through the top of the cavern, which very thin lines of light, mind you, barely visible. He thinks that the whole top of the mountain can move or rotate or slide down.
Conall just stares at Ron.
Because he notices the smoke from the Forge district has been escaping through those lines.
I wonder if you get your archery bonus firing this thing.
Would you need a +6 to hit?
I'll tell you what. I think these chains that attach you, I think that's to aim the motherfucker.
I agree.
I just stare menacingly at Ron.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. But the well is dry.
Wait,
so you can't cool that shit down anymore once it fires. So then you are just pretty much burning the entire city when that thing actually goes off.
I mean, I wonder why there's no one here.
And why there's remains of buildings.
No, but the thing is that it's already loaded. Yeah, it's still loaded.
And that's why they're all wearing fire-resistant stuff, so that the constructs aren't completely destroyed by the big explosion.
And is that why the snake people are here?
So they can be lit on fire and ascend to their god?
I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
Aren't they religious, though?
I mean, they are. It might be a bonus, but they clearly want to do something else.
Maybe they want to be reborn. Like
and Lilith have been discussing, and they actually, Azazel, have called you over to them.
Oh, don't mind the 2 lovers gossiping about secret things behind our backs.
Well, why don't you pay
Okay.
We're all adults here.
Hey Ron, everybody's whispering to each other.
Azazel, Roland says to you, this is worse than we thought. We know the Wanti have been operating in the prime material plane for whatever reason, but this is another level. If this thing is a weapon that is as powerful as the Fire Ganassi says it is, the Sentinels need to secure this. We're going to have to clear it out so that anyone in here doesn't know that we exist besides any points off at, these 4 and Sonny, besides these 4. So that the people who aren't on a need-to-know basis don't know. But after this, I'm gonna ask you, since you're gonna be a kind of permanent field agent in this situation, to sort of head up that securing of this.
Okay.
Because if the people in Baldur's Gate find out that they have this right next door,
that's gonna start a panic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amongst other things.
Where are the
How can we secure this being discreet about it?
I don't know. That's going to be up to us after we figure out why the Yanti are here. If they even know about this. I mean, if Sonny said...
they're here for a reason.
They're here for a reason.
They know something's up. They might not know exactly what it is, but they know something's up.
Yeah.
Maybe they just live here.
I don't think so.
But that's a thing for food for thought, and then they sort of break off from you.
Okay.
So congratulations, you found the world's largest mortar.
Well, also world's first ?
Also world's first, probably mortar.
Our world's first.
Alright, so then I have to ask,
very
Sonny,
imprecise. Just like a tube that you
how can we safely disarm this?
I don't know if there's a way unless you got 500 other people with buckets, because the amount of black powder that's down there, I mean, it's not even, like, I don't even think, I mean, look out there.
Wait a minute.
Do you see those fucking, what do you call it, those fucking, like, tubes they got that lower down to drop? I mean, if you look at them, they're obviously designed to load powder in this thing. You just lift up the door, lower the thing, and there's gotta be a store of powder in there.
Can it be reversed?
Do you have a match?
We have a Sav'ah Rah.
Well, one, do we know...
What?
One, do we know how much, if any, powder's already down there?
No way to tell. I mean, so if someone was small enough, like, they could, like, maybe climb, because you can obviously look down, it's not one whole big ball of stone, right? It's, like, chained together, like, bits and pieces of building, boulders. There's, like, a statue fucking in there that was broken in half, and they just decided to tack it in there as part of, like, this crazy amalgamation that comprises one big ball of fuck.
In the room we're in, or
in the big open in the chamber?
In the chamber that we're in.
In the muzzle.
Because we're in it.
Yeah, because you're standing on the edge of the muzzle. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So like it only is, it's not so much a mortar as it is like a gas-propelled slingshot.
Trebuchet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
Insofar as a trebuchet is a slingshot. Does it also happen to be a shotgun? Is the bundle going to like fragment as it travels to its fucking destination?
I mean, they seem to have larger pieces right directly underneath the chain to secure everything together, but undoubtedly when you launch this thing off, there's going to be fragments.
Wait, does the planetary model exist?
I mean, I believe that some astronomers would be able to define heavenly bodies, yeah.
And do, like, calculus to do ICBM launch trajectories, question mark?
So these formulas that you found.
Fuck. Is there any way to look at these numbers and figure out a critical distance or launch trajectory that they're trying to figure out?
Yes.
Does, based on my knowledge of big cities in the vicinity of Baldur's Gate and, like, more generally on the continent, do any of them correspond?
Not really.
So they're just doing math to do fucking math?
No. So you think that when this place was on the continent that it was on originally.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it might have been for one of those cities.
Does that distance correspond to anything on the megacontinent, theoretical megacontinent?
So, no, because there's way more powder that they've circled at the bottom. It's like the target number of weight of powder. There's way more of that than what would be required to reach any of those cities.
This is really bad, guys. It's really bad. They could, if their math is correct, and they're not crazy. Well, I mean, they're crazy, so if their math is correct.
So is the rest of the goal here to, like, rescue everyone, leave the mountain, and report back to the people about this giant thing?
Roland's like, we probably don't want to tell the people of Baldur's Gate about the giant thing. I mean, probably want to tell them that there was a rat infestation is best at this point.
Rat infestation.
We're a little bit beholden to our guild, at least. The three of us, we are beholden to our guild.
What guild is that?
Yeah, what guild is that?
Like the Knights of Elven Club, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll figure that out. That's fine.
Like, I'm gonna go back to my boss, Rita, who I have trouble, like, facing and standing straight already, and tell her, the great seer of lies, that, you know, we came into the big fuck-off mountain that appeared out of nowhere, and there were rats.
Look, I'm a paladin. I'm not very good at coming up with lies,
Wait,
okay?
I got you here.
Thank you, Azazel. Thank you, Azazel.
So, you can tell them half-truths. You don't have to lie to her necessarily, but you don't have to tell her the entire truth.
How do you half-lie about a cannon, or a slingshot that could hit a...
There was a lot of big things and a lot of chains.
You could say that we found more, like, the snake people.
Yeah,
So
say you
speaking
found
of
more
which,
steeples.
What do we do about the Yuan-Ti?
Thank you. It is important, most important, that the Yuan-Ti do not get control of this. Because if they do, everyone's in fucking danger. If the people at Baldur's Gate find out about this, at best everyone except for Baldur's Gate is in danger because they could use this as leverage. And that could upset a balance that we've been working hard to keep.
So you're like the UN.
I mean, yeah.
Can I use my
With your sanctions and like
You can't really tell them, hey, listen, we got this
black
huge
sky
fuck off
boxes.
thing that's gonna blow things into smithereens, right?
Right.
Because that's just gonna instill fear and also give your whatever guild magic.
Because
whatever, like,
you don't want to talk about fire and fury in a political situation.
So
Exactly.
Just look. Let's understand that we're talking about something unprecedented. Period. Using explosive material to launch something precisely. Like, I once saw my neighbor's outhouse go up. That shit didn't go anywhere precisely.
What the fuck is this about?
The notion that cannons don't exist in any even theoretical way. Like, you tell heads of state that there's a big fuck off thing in some big fuck off mountain that can destroy you here from another continent. They have no frame of reference to understand that. They can understand some guy with like all the furies of arcane magic casting like level 1 billion fireballs, sure. But like, okay, so some dwarves did some math like 1 billion years ago, and they're gonna launch a ball of like duct taped statues in pavement. Like, I'm having trouble believing this right now. Unless they tested this, and how could they have tested this without anyone knowing even a little bit about what this shit is?
Ront, a couple of minutes ago you denied my theory of the mountain opening up. Anything is possible.
It's a volcano. You can aim.
Also, this mountain appeared recently.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, how can you deny the fact that it?
I do not deny that we live in a world of magic, but this appears to be an entirely mundane means, an entirely mechanical means.
So now my question, yeah, that's right. I forgot the mountain just appeared, but this civilization or whatever has been here for forever. So what's the connection with that? Like, what if this thing's been here forever? Why did the mountain appear?
Because it's a fuck off mountain.
Why now?
Yeah. Well, so assuming that there is magic great enough to lift a mountain out of the ground, perhaps
Levitation
before
rocks.
this installation, we'll call it, was much further in the ground and needed to be brought closer to the surface. Or maybe they just moved this mountain around because that's how it moves. Like, this is Pierre speaking, like Big O moves in the subways underneath that electric city that he lives in.
My only question here is, why is there no water?
Because it's a mountain that moves.
Yes, there's a hollow surrounding, like a moat around this huge fucking cylindrical thing.
You can notice there are aqueducts.
And there are aqueducts, but there is no water.
Yeah, because it's a mountain that moves.
Yes, but again, if it was underground, right, for a while,
teleported or something like
where the fuck did that water go?
Wait, is everything dry or is everything like
dry? I mean, this mountain's been here for a few years.
This mountain?
Not a few years. Let that say. How long did I say this mountain appeared? I remember the spell plague happened and the mountain appeared. That's what happened.
The spell plague. Right.
Yay, meta plot.
Yay!
So
look, this is the only time. No, it's fair. It's fair. I'm keeping it in. This is the only time I'm delving into that, really. And if our only frame of reference for the meta plot is the spell plague, I will consider it. And we're dealing with the Forgotten Realms. I will consider it a success. That's the only frame of reference we get.
It's okay. It's okay.
What,
we want to not have to care.
Okay.
So, sensing the favorite enemies, where are the Wanti now?
The humanoid
north of you. They're still northeast of you now, or west of you now. Northwest.
But yeah, so like, if we told anyone, they wouldn't believe us.
Fair enough.
So, I don't know if they would or would not. It's completely up to the person.
Well,
I mean, I grew up in a cult.
The leaders of what?
Yeah.
How? Yeah. Grew up in cult? Question mark for the rest
People
of the
can believe anything, alright?
Well, yeah, with enough religious weight behind it, but we're just some fucks that came out of a mountain that people in town actually hate.
Right. The people in town are afraid of this. The people in charge of Baldur's Gate want to know what's going on here. And so, even if we come back out, unless we...
I mean, my argument is just that there's, like, the scale of what this is, and the fact that our current civilization has nothing like...
What if you fired it without opening the tunnel?
Then we would all die.
One, we would all die. Two, large pieces of mountain would go places.
Yeah.
Including Baldur's Gate.
I'm pretty sure we would all die.
Well, I'm not saying, stand in the middle of it while it goes off.
No.
I'm ready.
So how far away would you like us to be? And can we light it at that far away? Inside Hell is just like an enormous Rube Goldberg machine.
He's seeing The Rock. Fireball.
Oh, God.
No!
Oh, yeah!
No!
Magical rock, yeah!
No!
Oh, I'm trying to magical rock. Magical rock necklace pendant thing. Which way is the front of your body facing? Let's just say direction of the room. It doesn't matter.
West.
So you feel like it's dangling a bit over towards your right boob.
It's chafing my right boob.
It's chasing your right boob.
His right move.
His right
Okay,
boob.
so I'll take it out and actually let it dangle free.
It dangles free off in the direction northwards. Directly northwards.
Directly north.
Directly north.
Where that light is?
The light is in the northwest.
Oh, okay.
Directly north.
So it's directly north, and directly north of us is a palace.
Ooh.
Or so Hero has labeled on the map, yes.
I just opened my notebook and all I see is that fucking guy. I mean, I still have no significance for what that is. Okay, so this has all been fascinating and terrifying.
Now I wish I could get everyone else.
Yeah, this doesn't really have too much bearing on what we still need to do here, which is recover the rest of the expedition, if they can be recovered. I really don't know what to do about poor guy in Fuck Off West.
Koso?
Is that what you want? The Yontier?
No, where the ghouls are.
Yeah, the undead.
I mean, like, I would... Do we know how many there are? Or are there just, like, an immeasurable number of them?
No, Sonny has said... Sonny tells you he's noticed about 3 ghasts that lead a party of 7 ghouls.
3 and 7.
Mm-hmm. And they are in such a way that something seems to be controlling all of them. Like the ghasts are heading the ghouls, but the ghasts are making decisions that
Ghasts wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that Sonny has not seen in a while. I mean, he's kind of an adventurer in a way.
I mean, just do we deal with that before going north? Do we go north and try and get and if we can find the general and the bodyguard and hopefully have more hands to fight fuck off things?
Yeah, we can use
Sonny tells you that as soon as you bring up the general and the bodyguard, Sonny tells you that when he got into the fortress, he began watching outside to try and figure out where the bodyguard and the general went.
Yeah.
He said that Thatch got captured by the snake people and their constructs, but the general and the bodyguard, he saw them run eastward when he saw that the snake people and their constructs came from the...
Of course,
Northwest.
because people can't run in the same direction. That would be easy for us.
Not everybody learned from the Prometheus School of Running.
So, east of us is America. No, is the arena. West of us is Deadtown. Now no longer relevant. North of us is a palace. Also, northwest of us are some Yanti, that we definitely are not currently prepared to deal with at the moment. There are at least 80 of them fuckers over there.
It's probably now like midnight, by the way, ish or so, in terms of...
Well,
like,
we could sleep there. We'd be safe.
Sonny's like, I mean, this place, I could lock it down, no one get in, you know? I mean, no one kind of even knows I'm here. So
Was it
fine.
unlocked when you got here?
I mean, the doors were open, and then I kind of just closed them myself and barred them up, you know?
Were we racing against time?
I've been saying that, but you don't have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's the longer we wait, the greater chance there is that
I
someone
only
who wants
have
to save will
one lucky roll left. I wouldn't mind a long rest.
So, like, 1, the longer we wait, the more likely it is someone we want to save will die. 2, the longer we wait, the more likely it is that the Devantee will accomplish whatever the fuck it is they're trying to do here.
Can you relay any of this to the guys back at the exit? Like, can we use... Is there any way we could see through...
Flippy. The little light thing, mirror thing.
Just, like, let them know the situation?
Yeah, you can relay it.
Oh, we have Pickles with us, don't we?
Yeah, you do have Pickles. Pickles thinks all of this is cool.
Like, after a short rest, I'm actually, like, perfectly good to go, because Fighter's fucking broken.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you could recover superiority die.
I have everything back.
Oh, that's fucked.
Wow.
I think, well, actually, no, the superiority dice might
I'm
take
so
a
sorry,
long
that's
rest.
not filled with knowledge.
Can I see the PHP?
No.
Yeah,
This is one, right?
Yes, it is.
Hey. So possibly superiority dice for you, spell slots for you, spell slots for you, hit dice for anyone that used them.
My lucky.
A use of healing draft for anyone who has had it already today.
You regain all of your expended superiority dice when you finish a short or long rest.
That's fucked.
Short.
What?
So yeah, I'm fine.
You're
but,
set to go.
But you guys need spell slots back.
Yes.
You need hit dice back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good right now. I still have 52 fucking health points. So, I'm pretty
but yeah,
decent.
so
That dwindles pretty fast,
what's-
though, when you have, like,
So
crossbows attacking.
Yeah.
I'll help stand guard then. I mean, not that we really need it, but
Yeah,
I
no,
only get
Pickles is
crossbow damage.
Yeah.
I got, like, burning damage.
You can look out and, like, look at the window, survey everything.
Actually, I want to work up some kind of like harness so I can have the crossbow like fire it and then just drop it. And
Without losing it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. There's stuff there.
Hello?
There's barding.
All right.
Hello?
Runt.
Let's talk about this.
I have scraps.
Yes, you may. We'll even cover up the parts that'll dangle near your spikes with something that
So they don't get cut.
actually we might consider some sort of like chain if we can figure out how to.
We're surrounded by
Smith
chain.
Yeah, unbreakable chains.
Silently, Smith chain.
But you got smithing, like, stuff all around, though.
Oh, so we would steal chain.
So, what do you do?
Apparently, people are taking naps
Alright.
in this lug nut that has no beds.
Okay.
Gunpowder's pretty,
Soft, right?
We have bedrolls.
I wonder if you like blowing up in the middle of the night.
So, you guys take your long rest.
I get my spell slots back.
How you said you're keeping watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can as well, so you don't have to do it the whole time.
Okay.
Is there anything that we can like make with the alchemical supplies that they have here?
I mean, do they have alchemical supplies that can make anything that isn't gunpowder?
No, essentially not.
Okay, never mind.
Like, it seems to be dedicated directly to that.
Okay, so then, yeah, I'll just watch.
Well, like, what do you want?
Well, that's the thing is I don't know because potions require herbalism. So like, what the fuck good is alchemy?
Yeah.
Just talk to me.
No, right. It's just
What
like
do you want? Oh, you're looking for something for me to drink.
yeah, and also like I needed an artisan tool, so I took alchemy set, and there's fuck all I can do with it.
Wait, yeah, give me that. Give me this.
So, Hal,
Yeah.
Alexa, during your watch, which face or corner of the big giant cannon fortress are you looking out of?
How long does it take to make a circuit of it?
Let me see. It's 700 feet wide. If you're walking around slowly or like at a normal pace.
Can I borrow the spyglass?
Oh, yeah, please. Here we
You
go.
told us that it took Sonny roughly 15 minutes to go peek at a different direction and come back.
So about
And come back.
about 7 minutes per. So I'll do that. What I'll do is I'll maybe camp around. How many sides are there?
6.
There's 6.
Okay, so yeah, so then I'll spend about 15 minutes at each side and just do that for a couple of hours. Take a look out. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to go to sleep. But
The thing that is rhythmically droning into your head is the banging.
can I tell what direction that's coming from?
That's coming from the northwest.
Can I get a look with the spyglass?
Unfortunately, no. You can see that there's flaring up of the red glow is coming from that direction, but the wall is designed, if you can see this wall here, the cavern chamber wall is designed not purposefully for just that you can't get a real good peek. When you're at one of the corners, you can kind of tell there seems to be like this flow of melted liquid, like this channel, but you can only see the end of it going into like this structure of sorts.
Do I notice anything happening around the area? Like, are the
you can see small figures moving about, and with the spyglass, you can tell some of them, a small number of them are constructs. Some of them are more human, like humanoid, standard, normal-looking people. Could not be Wanty. You can't. The resolution through the spyglass at the distance is hard. You can see some obviously snaky people slithering about with human upper torsos and such. Medusa-like things.
So the anti, I can assume at least.
You can tell they're there, yeah, and you can see the constructs as well marching about.
But there's a small number. It's not like I'm seeing lots of the constructs coming out of that area.
Exactly.
Interesting. So they might not be making the constructs. They might be making something else.
They could still be making constructs. You can only see a very small portion.
Right.
And then when you make these rounds, while you're at the southern face back towards the entrance that you came in to look and make sure no one's trying to sneak up on your pals. They're camping over there. Something peculiar happens, and it's weird. You hear the hammering, that rhythmic thing that you've been hearing all night. You hear it stop.
Okay. And so I can't see anything happening at the face where I'm at right now. Like, everything seems to be fairly normal. There's
everything seems to be fairly normal.
Okay, I'll actually run and grab Ront.
Yo.
The hammering stopped.
I heard.
Come on.
Where are we going?
To the what was it, the north?
The north face. Let's call it the north face.
So we're just going to the north face. I thought you were dragging me outside. Holy shit. No. Also, PHB literally has no purpose for the alchemist supplies. None. Zero.
Sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
They don't show up in the index. They're nothing. There's no point in them being here. They cost 50 gold. They do nothing.
Okay, so it was a role-playing decision. Okay, so we go there and we'll pass the spyglass back and forth.
Yeah. Look at those snake people.
You can see the snake people now that the hammering has stopped. The constructs and the snake people are now sort of clearing away from the area that you can see, moving what seems like further deep into this cavern, as it were.
Something's good. Something that is not good is happening at this moment.
How far are we into the long rest?
You guys are kind of about, I would say, halfway. If he's up and you're up, it's about halfway.
Okay, so if we got these guys, got everyone.
It's about 4 a.m.
They wouldn't get there.
They wouldn't get there.
So,
but if we went, I mean, the Pickles is still here, right?
Scouting expedition.
We could leave Pickles. Leave Pickles and go. Me with my scale mail. I'm not saying we don't.
You remember that time you told me about that book? About sneaking?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him the same advice. It does nothing, but...
So as you guys are peering and sort of trying to observe, you notice that there are construct guards at the entrances to the sort of northern area of the chasm. You can get to the northern area of the chasm easily by just going through the fortress, but because it's designed as a fortress, the doors probably thought, this will be secure. No one's going to just use this to walk on through our defenses because everything else is very heavily defended. And so there are constructs looking out over the temple area and over the area where all these buildings are and the arena is. But no one seems to be on the palace walls necessarily, or even necessarily guarding the pathway that leads into the forge area. So you think you could, with a modicum of luck, get there undetected.
Let's go for it.
Why are we like this?
Because I have a wisdom of 8.
I have a wisdom of not 8, and I'm still like this. What's my excuse?
What's your intelligence?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll write a note.
Yeah.
Gone fishing.
Gone fishing.
Fair enough.
We went north to investigate whatever happened when the hammering stopped. Oh, BTW, the hammering stopped. Toodles XOXO Gossip Girl.
Got it.